I really enjoyed the interdisciplinary nature of global studies. I liked that you could study a language, you could study sociology, you could study history, and like so many different things, and it all came together somehow.
We're here with Kejsi Ruka, and we're going to find out a little bit about your background and what you've been doing at Drexel. So let's start with the very basics. Tell me a little bit about what it was like growing up.
I was actually born in Albania, which is a small country in Southeast Europe in the Balkans. My parents, they moved to the US. They immigrated when I was a few months old, and they actually immigrated to Philly. So I am not Philly born, but Philly raised. I went to Central High School, which is in North Philly. I would not be where I am currently without the resources that Central offers. And that's when I joined the high school newspaper. I was doing science fair, I was doing National History Day, and so it was a very awesome place for me to grow and develop.
How did you get interested in things global?
I knew when I came here I wanted to be global studies. Part of the reason is that I grew up with that global mindset of not being from the US and always being really excited to learn about different cultures, learn other languages. In high school I actually did the International Baccalaureate program, which is like AP but more of like an international focus, and I really enjoyed the interdisciplinary nature of global studies. I liked that you could study a language, you could study sociology, you could study history, and like so many different things, and it all came together somehow, and so I really liked that aspect of it.
Most global or international sorts of things, you're going to have sociology, political science, history, whatever. Is there one of those that you're particularly interested, either in terms of a discipline or a part of the world, or?
Yeah, so definitely for me it's been sociology that I've been the most drawn to, where you're like looking at systems of power and like questioning them, and it really started when I was doing my STAR project my freshman year. I was helping out with a project about environmental sociology and looking at labor unions and how they feel about like green policies. It was like that started my interest into sociology. And then I met Dr. Christy Kelly. She's been a huge mentor in my undergraduate education and really got me into gender and corruption. Since then I've been able to focus in on the Balkans, which is where I'm from, and analyzing that region through like a researcher lens is so interesting. It's been a very fun time.
Tell me a little bit about gender and corruption and what that involves.
Dr. Christy Kelly, she does a lot of research about Vietnam and Southeast Asia, and she does a lot of gender work, and she'd been noticing that corruption was something in the undercurrents that would come up now and then, but it wasn't officially recognized in the literature. It's a growing field, I would say relatively new, but what I've been doing is looking into the Western Balkans for my senior project and analyzing the regional context and how to move forward like policy recommendations like whistleblowing or strengthening the judiciary, gender mainstreaming and things like that.
You're a finalist in the Fulbright competition. Tell us a little bit about that. That's a pretty grueling process, is it not?
Yes. And I really want to thank UREP for that. So I applied to do a research study in Croatia, which is a continuation of my gender and corruption research. I wanted to apply it to the Balkans. And even if I don't get the Fulbright award, I think it was useful just knowing what the process is like to apply for a competitive fellowship like that.
Like a lot of Drexel students, you're involved in way too many sorts of things. So tell us a little bit about the positions that you hold and how that's informed what you're doing here at Drexel.
The one that I enjoy the most is definitely being the editor-in-chief of The Triangle. The Triangle is Drexel's independent student newspaper. It's almost 100 years old now, and I think my Drexel experience would not be what it is without The Triangle. It really gave me a sense of community in a time where I think the whole world was struggling, coming back from COVID. A lot of the past 2 years has been rebuilding the newspaper, and I always am in the Triangle office. I'm always hanging out with somebody, making a cup of coffee there. It's probably one of the best experiences I've had at Drexel, is just being with those people and putting out something tangible every other week, whether print or online. I was also in USGA, so student government. I was a senator for 2 years. I was on the Buildings and Properties Committee. There's a whole bunch of different initiatives we worked on, making the campus like beautifying the campus and stuff like that. It was also a good time.
You can affect a lot of what's being written, right, in the Triangle. How has your background influenced the sorts of things that you pick up on, or is there a particular emphasis? You're like, I'm editor, I have some things to say, I want there to be some things that our paper says. Tell me a little bit about that.
Being a global studies major, having done the research I do, I've been pushing for a lot of Drexel-related news, but like specifically like looking at the way we do things at Drexel and maybe questioning like what are some weaknesses and doing it through a solutions journalism lens. So we got our first grant ever at the Triangle last year. Thank you. And it's about mental health reporting. And so we've been putting out articles with different focuses, like analyzing the corridor system, analyzing the co-op system, analyzing athlete mental health, looking at nutrition, looking at the counseling center. So just getting at different aspects of Drexel, but also not doing it in a pessimistic way. It's also like, how can we make things better? Because at the end of the day, we're all a part of this university and we don't want to see it fail. Journalism can be a little doomery sometimes. But I've been trying to push for, okay, well, you talk about this problem, like, so what are other schools doing? Or like, what can we do about it? Who can we bring into the conversation? So.
Well, Kejsi, it's been so great to talk to you. Really appreciate getting to know you.
Thank you, yeah.
And good luck with the rest of your career at Drexel.
Thank you.